welcome back to my channel. My family and I are doing Thanksgiving a little early this year. We're doing all of November, a little bit weird because Ken and I are doing fertility stuff this month, which kind of requires a lot of different appointments and some quarantining and things like that. So we're doing Thanksgiving a little bit different. So we are doing it with my family this weekend, which is really exciting, definitely super early, but I mean, as long as we can get together and eat some good food and hang out, then I feel like that's what Thanksgiving is all about. So we are doing that this weekend, and I'm making a bunch of different side dishes, and I figured I would show y'all what I'm making, and I'm gonna hopefully get this video up fairly early since obviously we're having Thanksgiving so early, so maybe this can give you guys some inspiration, some recipe ideas. I will link the recipes that I'm using. I'm pretty sure they're all online. So I will link all the recipes that I'm using, and if y'all are interested, check them out. I actually hosted Thanksgiving last year, so I have a whole video on some of the decor I used, how I like planned it, how I like prepped for the meals, how I grocery shopped, how I made my grocery list, like basically hosting Thanksgiving 101. So I will link that video for you guys down below so you can check that out. I feel like it's fairly helpful and it went off without a hitch. So I think that I got it kind of down, and this year I'm not hosting, but I am still doing a bunch of cooking. So I figured I would show you guys. And then for our actual Thanksgiving, it's just gonna be me and Ken. We're just doing kind of like an isolated social distance Thanksgiving. So it's just gonna be the two of us, but I still wanted to make like a ton of food because I love Thanksgiving and I love food, as y'all know, and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to have a ton of food. So I'm definitely gonna still do a video on that. I'm gonna make probably like 11 or 12 things I have on my list right here of like all the stuff I want to make. It's a lot just for the two of us. I'm gonna try to make small portions of everything, so stay tuned for that video as well, all the Thanksgiving content. But today I'm just going to be making a couple things. I'm gonna make like a green bean casserole, like a creamy green bean casserole, because I love that. And then I'm gonna make stuffing with like sausage, and then I'm gonna make a creamed corn as well. So I'm gonna get all this stuff kind of prepped and ready, and then I will show you guys how I make everything. Okay, also I just showered, which is why my hair is like this. So I decided, I think first I'm gonna start with the cream cheese and bacon green bean casserole. So I just gathered all my ingredients. I'm actually gonna just alter it a little bit and add some garlic, and I'm also gonna put some Velveeta in it because last year when I made a different recipe, it had Velveeta and it was amazing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 375. Okay, got the Velveeta because I forgot that. And then I'm just gonna like montage this part just because if I talk through every single step, it will probably take forever for me to explain all this. But like I said, I will have the recipe down below and I will show you how I make it. Okay, so as you saw, I just put the green bean casserole in. The really only like adjustments I made was that I used real bacon instead of like bacon bits that you can buy at the store. I just couldn't find them at my store, but you could obviously just do that. And then I added the velveeta, of course, and I added the garlic salt. It didn't really have any like seasonings. Like it didn't say salt, garlic, salt, onion powder. Like it didn't really have any seasonings. So that's what I did to update the recipe. But now that's in the oven. Next up, I have the stuffing, and I actually need to get the creamed corn on because that's in the slow cooker, which I forgot about. I forgot about the fact that it was a slow cooker recipe, so I think I'm going to do that one next. This kitchen is a hot mess right now with all the different ingredients and contraptions out and everything. So I apologize that this angle is not really beautiful, but I have my Instant Pot out. I'm going to use the slow cooker setting rather than the Instant Pot setting. Oh, also here's my stuffing bread. So this recipe actually has like almost no ingredients. It seems like it's going to be so easy. It's just I'm changing. I can never just follow a recipe. I always have to kind of make it my own. So it says 3 cans of corn, but I have 2 regular cans of corn and then 1 can of cream style corn, just because I think it's really like yummy and I feel like it will make it a little bit creamier. So I'm doing these 3 cans of corn and then just a cup of milk, some sugar, which I thought was kind of interesting, just a tablespoon, and then salt and pepper, more cream cheese. I pretty much don't make anything without cream cheese. And then it wants a whole stick of butter. I don't think I'm gonna put a whole stick of butter because it looks like you just mix up the corn, the milk, the sugar, and the salt and pepper, and then just put the cream cheese and the butter on top and don't like mix it in. So I'm not gonna do a whole stick of butter. I think that sounds kind of crazy. And then it just says you put it on high heat for 2 to 3 hours. Sounds easy enough. Alright, so this is what that's looking like. It was literally like 5 ingredients. That was so easy. So I'm gonna throw the lid on for a couple hours. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna throw in some chopped garlic. I don't know why these recipes are not calling for like kinds of seasonings or anything like that. I just chopped up some garlic. I feel like all these recipes should have this stuff in it. I don't feel like it makes sense to not have garlic and things. So, okay. Now, I can put the lid on. And we're gonna do slow cook on high for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, yeah. Go. Oh my gosh, I just grabbed the green bean casserole out of the oven. I think it was like a tiny bit too like watery. Like as you can see, you can't even really see the green beans. You can just like see the topping and all like the sauce, which I feel like is totally fine. I feel like it's always better for it to be like more saucy than not saucy enough. I'll definitely give it like a little taste in a while when it cools, but it smells amazing. All right, I'm about to start the final side dish, and that is stuffing. So this is just some ripped up, actually everything ciabatta bread. I just ripped up a loaf of it, and I did that yesterday morning. So it said to like let it sit out for 24 hours. So it's been just over 24 hours now, and I can tell like it's definitely dried out. There are some still kind of moist pieces, but it's definitely nice and dry, and there's a ton of it here. So hopefully this makes a lot of stuffing. It's hard to tell like how much it's gonna make before it's all ripped up. So this is the bread, and I've got some celery, garlic, some sausage, eggs, and then I've got poultry seasoning, thyme, oregano, garlic, salt, some sage, some carrots, and an onion. And again, I took some liberties on this recipe because that's just what I do. It calls for a green pepper, which I think is kind of weird, and I don't particularly love peppers. So I'm gonna skip that and do the celery instead of the peppers. And then I'm adding the poultry seasoning just because I feel like a little hint of that in the stuffing to kind of like tie in with like the flavors of the turkey is really good. And this recipe that I'm using, again, I will link it. It looks really amazing, but it doesn't have any protein in it, like any meat. So I thought it would be good to add sausage. I like sausage in my stuffing usually, and honestly in everything. So I'm gonna add some of the breakfast sausage. I'm using breakfast sausage because it's gonna have a little bit of like that maple flavor, which I think is really delicious with stuffing. I was considering putting like some apples in with it, but I thought kind of like the maple flavored sausage would kind of cover that flavor element. So let's get started. And this is definitely not the most like healthiest option, but I'm gonna use the bacon fat from the bacon I made for the green bean casserole to cook all the veggies in, so that'll be extra delicious. This recipe is kind of interesting because they want you to grate the onions. the carrot and the pepper, or in my case, the celery, which is kind of different, but I think I'm excited about the idea of that. I feel like it's gonna obviously make it really small and just kind of like work into the stuffing. I guess it's technically dressing because it's not going into the bird, but I feel like it's gonna really make it like kind of blend into the bread and everything a bit easier. So I'm actually kind of excited that it's a little different. Oh my gosh, I knew this was gonna happen. Oh wow, grating onions hurts on like a different level. Oh my gosh. So because this is still a little warm from the veggies and the sausage, I'm just gonna wait a second for it to cool before I put the eggs and the butter in, because I don't obviously want it to like scramble the eggs. So I'm gonna let this chill for a second. In the meantime, let's taste test green bean casserole. I know this is like a not flattering angle at all, but I gotta take this from an area where no one's gonna notice that I like dug into it. Wow, very like creamy. I feel like it needs to be like, I don't know, mixed up a little bit, just because like I feel like some of the cheese is kind of right on top. I feel like once we start serving it and the cheese and the topping kind of gets like mixed in, I think by then it'll be even better, but it is really good. While that finishes cooling, I'm just gonna clean up the kitchen a little bit. How sick is this cutting board, by the way? It's literally gigantic. It weighs like 100 pounds. I don't know, it's just this like really nice wood. I mean, these are crazy expensive. I got this for my birthday. I can link it down below if y'all are interested. It is amazing. So I'm just gonna finish cleaning up a little bit because I make a huge mess when I cook. I just took the stuffing out of the oven. It smells so good. I really want to taste it. All right, I had to lose my sweatshirt. It was getting a little warm, but I'm gonna give this a little taste test and then have Ken give it a little taste test. It looks so good. It tastes like Thanksgiving. It really does. Oh, now the go.
Let me put that in this.
Actually, that feels nice. Here, Nalago.
Okay.
You wanna try it?
Stuffing? It's very good.
You like it?
That's a lot of food. Oh, that's not just for us. Okay.
No. It's super cheesy.
Super good.
Okay.
I feel like the Grinch in the pudding contest, where you're sitting there and people are just shoving.
Okay.
Finish up.
Okay, I'm
Gotta be
done.
loud.
Oh, okay, I'm done. I actually just got a little dress, but the corn is ready. It didn't even like tell me it was ready. It just went on to like warming mode. So I actually have some scallions that I chopped up that I decided I'm gonna add. That's also like not part of the recipe. So this is what it's looking like, and as you can see, like the butter and the cream cheese is still on top. So now it says to mix all that in. I might end up adding, oh wow, it smells actually awesome with the garlic in here. Okay, just let the screen defog for a second. I was actually considering adding some more cream cheese. So I might end up doing that. It's just like looking way too watery. So I'm gonna put this back on high for another like maybe half hour, it says, and maybe it'll thicken up a bit more. Okay, we are back. It's been a little while. Let's check this out. Okay, I feel like it's a little bit creamier, but this we're not going obviously until tomorrow morning. So maybe if it like sits overnight, it will thicken up a bit, but you know we gotta do a taste test. I am so excited to try this. Cream corn is like one of my favorite things ever. Wow, adding the garlic was extremely good idea. You need some more salt though. And this is also my own little twist, but I'm adding some chopped up scallions in here. I feel like that will just give it a little more, you know, flavor, but also like it didn't need a little pop of color. Like it needed some green going through it. So, or that's just a little change that I am also making to this recipe. Scallions make everything better. Alrighty guys, so that's actually going to be everything for this video. I just wanted to show you some of my like favorite Thanksgiving side dishes. These are 3 side dishes that like just have to be on any Thanksgiving table in my opinion. They're some of my favorite. They're really, really good. I would really recommend y'all trying them out. Like I said, all of the recipes I use will be linked down in the description. Of course, like I mentioned, I did make a couple changes to them, but I feel like it's important to just like make recipes your own, even if like you're following a recipe, to just kind of spice it up and do your own thing and add like additions or subtractions that you prefer. I feel like that's really important. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I am going to be vlogging our whole little early Thanksgiving trip starting tomorrow morning. So if you guys want to see the vlog of this food and all the other food and all the fun festivities, we're taking like our Christmas card photo and all of that, make sure you are subscribed so you can see the vlog that is coming up and all the other good stuff coming on the channel. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and I will see y'all in our next video. Bye guys.